It's like y'all. Can you grab me a cup? Just put it right here.
You want a glass?
Yeah, cup. So this is what you're talking about. Oh, because it's I can go. Let's see.
I'm saying stats for student. And I'm saying how we
Yeah, they doing. I'll talk to you about it after. All right, we'll get started. Shalom Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barak Thumb. Yahweh Shem Allah Thumb Bashim Yahweh Shai. Is the ISUPK hosting the Feast of Tabernacles, right? Straight out of Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. Today, it's a high holy day of the Lord, right? Of course, as you find in the 23rd chapter of Leviticus, there are 7 high holy days of the Lord, right? We just went over a couple of them last week. We went over the Day of Atonement. You know what I'm saying? That was a day where we didn't eat. Today we're going to eat. You know what I'm saying? Today is the Feast of Tabernacles. We'll go over what it means. We'll get through the whole entire chapter of, the whole entire 23rd chapter of Leviticus first, all right, in the Hebrew and the English. And then we'll go into a couple of scriptures, a little breakdown on what the Feast of Tabernacles is, and what it entails and what you should be doing, right? Because I know some fake Israelite groups, they go out and camp with each other for 7 days or 8 days. You know what I'm saying? Go out and camp with each other and go by the lake and put, pitch tents up and, sleep next to each other. We don't do that in ISUPK. We here right here in this building in a tabernacle right here, right? Celebrating the Lord's high holy day. All right.
So you saying that
I knew he was gonna say something about it.
Obviously.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm really confused now. So you saying that they go out and actually bring them tents, like
yeah,
they go like camping and shit, like tents and shit.
Yeah, they go. So a lot of these fake Israelite groups, right? What they'll do is if they're in an area where there's a lot of them together, they'll just go to some lake or some campsite or whatever, and they'll go and everybody pitches up tents for a week straight. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's somebody that belongs to that group that can't go for that length of time or whatever the case is, they pitch up a tent in their backyard and they go sleep outside.
So what does that entail? Does that entail not going back? Let's say they go in the backyard and pitch a tent. You're not going inside and cook food?
I don't know what they do, but I know they. I mean, I would assume they probably just treat it like a camping trip in their backyard. So they pack their food and all of that. The reason, just so everybody knows, right? I know I'm saying this for the camera, right? The reason for the Feast of Tabernacles, right? When the Lord told us to dwell in booths for 8 days, right? That was for the brothers and sisters at that time, right? And then he goes on, and I'll explain it later, right? He goes on to say, the Most High goes on to say, the reason why he made them brothers and sisters dwell in booths or tents is so that way the generations to come will look back on the past and see that the Lord made the children of Israel to dwell in tents. It's that simple. Not for you to continually go out there. It's 2021, my nigga. Don't go outside and pitch up a tent in your backyard when you got some nice AC. You got nice AC inside. How you gonna have a feast here in 2021 without going inside and cooking?
Which camp?
You niggas don't know how to start. You niggas don't know how to start fires. You say what?
Which camp you got?
I know for sure IUIC do it. So I was gonna get flagged on for them purple camps.
Right now,
they don't hold their feast the same time as us. They got different. They go by different.
Yes.
Yeah, but for the Feast of Tabernacles, they go out and they go to like some lake or something like that,
They bring in women and children and all that?
Yeah, everybody be out there. Yeah, they want everybody. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So that's the point. You know what I'm saying? We different because we actually keep the law and we understand the law. Like, fake Israelites and Christians, when they read the law and when they read the Bible, they take everything literal like white people do. Like white people will look at that and say, okay, I gotta go pitch it. Like, don't that sound like some white people stuff? To go in the backyard, like, okay, the Lord tell me I gotta dwell in booths for 8 years. For 8 days. I gotta go pitch a tent in my backyard. That's white people stuff, man. You cannot look at the Bible like that. And it's not even, if you look at it literally, it's literally telling you that, yeah, that generation did that. That generation absolutely dwelt in booths because they had to. You don't have to. You get what I'm saying? Right. But we'll get into that a little bit later, right? All right, so just for time's sake, I'll go ahead. Let me see what we got. All right, 17. We'll be in the 23rd chapter of Leviticus today. All right, I'm there. Come on, step up.
Kabaramat ban Yahweh ban Yasharallah.
Kabaramat ban Yahweh ban Yasharallah.
Yahweh Bashim Yashabaratah.
Yahweh Bashim Yashabaratah. Step up.
La Yasharallah.
Before you drink. La Yasharallah, which means to Israel. Sorry to you. All right. We'll get into these prayers. So everybody else, Imagine, which means to stand. Wapan Yahak, we're done, which means to turn and face the east, which is that way. We'll begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Awanawa, Shabbat Shemayah, Quadash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayah, Nathanawa, Lakam, Call your one, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawawat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawawat Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabaya Nawa, Vanasai 1. A ball. Hawashai now. Mayan. Raikaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wa'ala. Wa'ta Para. I will lumyum. Aman. In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. The power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Babakushai, Nathanawa, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Kalmaka'ala, Wakalmadawa, Hakat Latahar, Hamatazariah, Hakat, Lakwayam, Hamathium, Hakat, Arakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagarshan, Basham Yahushai, the Wadaman, the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Psalms, the 121st chapter in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharya, Mayan, Yaba'a, Izarya, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'arataza, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shalmar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makalrad, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'afka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'aitha, Wa'aid, Iwalam. In the English, Psalms 121st chapter. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasha'ala
he that keepeth Yasharallah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in,
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms the 83rd chapter in the Hebrew. Alahayo,
Alahayo,
Aldamayalaka,
Al-Damayalaka,
All Thakarash,
Al-Thakarash,
Wa all Tashakwat,
Al Tashakwat,
All
Al
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awa Yabyaka,
Awa Yabyaka,
Yahamaya 1,
Yehamaya 1,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al Imaka,
Al Amuka,
Ya'ara Yamwa,
Ya'ira Yamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Ya'itazawa,
Ya'itazawa,
Al Tazapawanyaka,
Al Tazapawanyaka,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Wanakakidam,
Magalia,
Magalia,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Awada,
Awada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawaitazawa,
Nawa Aitazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakagwa,
Yakagwa,
Alyaka,
Alyaka,
Baryath,
Barayat,
Yakar,
Yakar,
Athwa,
Athwa,
Ahawya,
Ahalya,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wayashamai Aliyah,
Wayashama
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagarya,
Wahagari,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'ima 1,
Wa'ima 1,
Wa'ima Lot,
Wa'ima Lot,
Palashah,
Palashah,
I'm Yeshabya,
I'm Yeshabya,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Gamasha War,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Ayawa,
Zarwai,
Zarwai,
Labanya Lawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aishalaham,
Ashalaham,
Kamadya,
Madya,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabya,
Kayabya,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Kwayashwan,
Kwayashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Bayan,
Bayan,
Da'ara,
Da'ara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adama,
La'adama,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Nadab,
Nadab,
Yabmawa,
Yabmawa,
Ka'irab,
Ka'irab,
Wakaza Slaki, Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Bak,
Wakaza Bak,
Wakaza Zal,
Wakata Zola,
Mana'ai,
Wana'ai,
Call,
Call,
Nasaya,
Nasaya,
Kamwa,
Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Learashah,
Learashah,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ath,
Ath,
Na'awat,
Nawat,
Alahaya,
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 Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Kagogala,
Kagogala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya Raka,
Lapanya Raka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Tabaira,
Tabaira,
Ya'ira,
Ya'ira,
Wakala Haba,
Wakala Haba,
Talahat,
Talaha,
Haryam,
Haryam,
Khan,
Khan,
Tharadapma,
Tharadapma,
Basa Iraka,
Basa Iraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapathka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Kwanyaham,
Kuala 1,
Kuala One,
Waya, Waya,
Waya,
Bakwashwa,
Bakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahawa,
Bahawa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Waya,
Waya,
Kaparwa,
Kaparwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Abadwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Da'aiwa,
Da'iwa,
Kaya Atha,
Kaya Atha,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Hayawan,
Al-Yawan,
Al-Kal,
Al-Kal,
Ha'aratazah.
Ha'aratazah.
Psalms the 83rd chapter in the English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Yasharallah
That the name of Yasharallah
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee,
tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
and
and the
the
Hagarenes,
Hagarenes,
Gebal,
Gebal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Assur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of
At
Kison.
the brook of Kison.
Which perished and endured.
Which perished and endured.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make their nobles like a red.
And like Zael.
And like Zael.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes as Abab.
All their princes as Abab.
And as Zalmunna.
And as Zalmunna.
Who said, let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
the houses of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stumble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may see thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
That men may know that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high over all the earth.
All right. We'll do the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Allah Hayo.
Wa Allah Hayo.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Allah Wab Yahana.
Allah Wap Yahana.
Ha Allah Wapya.
Ha Allah Wapya.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Saranya.
Hakwata Zayanyo.
Akwata Zayanyo.
Hakaya Yoyo.
Akaya Yoyo.
Waha Gwati.
Waha Gwati.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Shem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General Yohanan.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers. The troopers.
Troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Sir, while you're shubbing, it's time to be seated. We're going to go ahead. We're going to read the 23rd chapter of Leviticus, first 7 verses in the Hebrew. One second. All right, so we're gonna read Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, beginning at verse 1 through 7. Waya Debar Yahweh al Mashah La Amar, verse 2. Debar al Banya Yashar Allah Wa Martha Alaham Mawa'aya Yahweh Ashar Akwar, Awa, Atham, Makwariya, Kodash, Alha, Ham, Mawa'ija, verse 3, Shashaf, Yamayam, Tha'aisha, Mala'aka, Wabayawam, Laki, Hashabiai, Shabbath, Shabbath 1, Makorah, Kodash, Kal, Mala'aka, La'a, the Aishawa, Shabbath, Hawa La Yahweh, Bakal, Mawashabath Yakam, verse 4, Alha, Mawa'aya Yahweh, Makwara Salakia, Makwara Kodash Ashar, Takwara Wa, Atham, Mawa'aya, verse 5, Bakadash, Hara Salakia, Harashawan, Ba'arabai, Ishar, Lakarash, Lakadash, Bayan, Ha'irabium, Pasak, La Yahweh, verse 6, Wabakamasha, Ishar, Yawam, Lakadash, Hazaha, Haga, that's like a Kaga, Hamatazawath, La Yahweh, Shabaitha, Yamayam, Matazawath, Salaki, Ta'akawa, verse 7, Bayawam, Hara Ashwan, Makura, Kodash, Yahaya, Lakam, Kal, Malakat, it's like a Malakath, Ibadha, La'a, Ta'ishawa. All right, verses 1 through 7 in the Hebrew. I'll read in English. Leviticus 23 and 1. You got it.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
Yeah, just everybody should just remember that the Sabbath day is a day. It's the one high holy day out of the entire, you want to call it a Hebrew calendar or whatever. It's every single week. You know what I'm saying? It's 52 times a year. That's the first high holy day mentioned in the entire Bible. You know what I'm saying? It's the first high holy day mentioned in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, and it's the first high holy day or the first day of rest that the Most High sanctified unto himself. If you read Genesis, the first chapter through the 2nd and 3rd chapter, you'll read that the Most High rested on the 7th day. We rest on the 7th day just like the Most High, right? Keep going.
Verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
So just also remember also, right? I know we done gone over this same chapter about 3 times in the past couple of weeks, but just always remember, right, that you must keep these feasts in their seasons, right? You can't just keep these feasts whenever you want to, like the Christian church or the Catholic church do. You get what I'm saying? Drinking the blood and drinking the wine and it's the blood, same thing, right? Drinking the blood of Christ and eating the body of Christ, which is them crackers they use in the Catholic church, the Christian church. They do that once every first Sunday of the month. You get what I'm saying? That's not in the spirit of Christ. That's not what Christ wants from you. He wants you to follow what the Bible says. And the Bible don't say to do it, a million times a year for the Passover, right? Passover is one time a year. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And that's when we come together and we do drink the wine. You get what I'm saying? And we do eat unleavened bread and all of that, right? You want to say something?
I was just gonna say, like the fake Israelite groups too, because there's only one way to serve the Most High. There's only one feast, right? And that's in the body of the ISUPK.
That's damn right.
Right on. Right.
Yeah, there's only one spirit. Like in the scriptures say that because there's only one spirit, there's only really one way to serve the Most High. That's it. Right. You get what I'm saying? And we're doing it here. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Slappy. Verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month, at even is the Lord's Passover.
So the 14th day of the first month, right? The first month in the Bible is called Abib or Abib or whatever you want to call it, right? That's the first month in the Bible. Now, the first month in the Bible is in the springtime. That's when the causes the first month to be in the dead middle of winter. I'm saying January is in the dead middle of winter. The reason why is because of the Greek god Janus, which is she's like the god of doors or new beginnings. You get what I'm saying? That's why they cause the new year to be in the dead, middle of the winter. The Gregorian calendar is not what we go off of. For instance, right? What we're doing today, right? This is the Feast of Tabernacles, and what we're doing today, we'll read it, right? Is supposed to be observed in the 7th month on the 15th day of the 7th month. Now, this isn't July 15th. You get what I'm saying? Because our calendar is not the same as the white man's calendar. Our calendar is based off of the moon, right? The white man's calendar is based off of Roman gods. You know what I'm saying? But keep going.
Verse 6. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord.
So directly after the Passover, right? Some people don't really understand this thing, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me why they wouldn't be able to understand it. But some people believe that the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread is on Passover. But the scripture clearly say that the next day is when you begin the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is the 15th day. It's clear. I don't really understand why people get it confused. But that, I just want everybody to understand that as well. We observe the Passover on the 14th day of the first month, and then the day following is the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, where we eat no leaven for those 8 days. For those 8 days. Right, keep going.
7 days ye must eat unleavened bread.
So 7 days you have to eat that unleavened bread. Keep going.
Verse 7. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Right on. So listen, these high holy days are days. It's like if you think about the white man, right? The white man has days that he gives off for his people. He's got Memorial Day. You can probably get off of work. Most of you. Sometimes you can't. Whatever. He's got Christmas, which they definitely give you off for Christmas. I mean, some cats, just unlucky. You know what I'm saying? So some cats got to work on Christmas, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll take any day. I'll take any PTO day that I can get. You know what I'm saying? The white man want to pay me for, being off on one of their federal holidays. It's cool with me. You get what I'm saying? But that's the point. You know what I'm saying? They have their own holidays that you don't get to work on. The Most High has actual holy days. You get what I'm saying? That the Most High does not want you to work on. You should not work if you can. Of course, if you cannot. You know what I'm saying? If you can get away with taking off that day of work, you want to make sure that you can do that, right? Of course, we're in the land of our captivity, so you know how that goes. A lot of these, the oppressor is the devil, so he's going to try to make you work anyway, right? So let's get the next 7 verses. So verses 8 through 14. Wahakarab, Thumb, Asha, La Yahweh, Shabaitha, Yamayam, Bayawam, Hashabya Aya, Makorah, Kodash, Kal, Mala'akath, so like a Mala'aktha, Ibadha, La'a, Ta'aishawa, verse 9, Waya Debar, Yahweh al-Mashah, La'amar, verse 10, Debar, al-Banya, Yasha'ala, Wa'amartha, Alaham, Kaya, Thaba'wa, Al, Ha'arataza, Ashar, Anya, Nathan, Lakam, Wakwatazartham, Ath, Kwatazayarath, it's like a Kwatazayara, Wahaba'atham, Ath, Imar, Ra'ashiath, Kwatazayarath, Wakath, it's like a Kwatazayara. Damn, it's like this is got me jammed up. Khan, Kwatazayara Rakam, Al Hakahan, verse 11. Wahanyapa, Av Ha'imar, Lapanya, Yahweh, Laratazan, it's like it, Laratazan Kav, Mama Kartha, Hashabath, Yan Yapan Hakahan, verse 12. What Salaki? Wa Aishayatham by Yawam Hanyapakam Salaki. Hanayapakam Ath Ha'imar Kabash Thamayam Ban Shanathwa La'ila La Yahweh, verse 13. Wamanak Slaki. Wamanakathi Slaki. Wamanakathwa Shanya Ashar Nayam Salath Balawala Bashaman Asha La Yahweh Rayak Nayakap Wanasaka Wanasakwa Yayan Labaya Salaki Labaya Aitha Hahayan, verse 14. Walakam Wakwalya Wakaramal La'a Salaki La'a Thakawa Itazam Hayawan Salaki Hayawam Hazaha Habaya Akam Ath Koraban Alahayakam Kakwath Iwalam Ladarathyakam Bakal Mashabathikam. So that's verses 8 through 14. We'll read those in the English.
It's the book
You got it.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 8. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
In the seventh day is a holy In the seventh day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Right. So all this is saying is, on the Feast of Unleavened Bread, you come together on the first day and the seventh day. So there's an opening and a closing to the Feast of Unleavened Bread. The same way that we have it here today, right? So today is the Feast of Tabernacles, right? The first day, which is today, we have a holy convocation. We come together. We have a Sabbath service. We gather together. We eat. We feast. On the 8th day of this feast, we'll come together again. So that's next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we'll be back here again, right? Excuse me. And we'll be having another Sabbath service, a high holy day service, right? Keep going.
Verse 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest. Mm-hmm. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord, to be accepted for you. On the morrow, after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. And ye shall offer that day, when ye wave the sheaf, an he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. Mm-hmm. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, mm-hmm. an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the 4th part of an hin.
Yeah, so you should just understand by reading the Bible and reading this, that the Most High likes wine and he likes fried food. That's how you tell the Most High is the nigga God. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you go throughout the entire Old Testament, you go throughout the entire Torah, you'll see that this is what the Most High requires: food and wine. That's what he likes.
I got a question for you. So this specific holiday. So how do the fake Israelites celebrate this one?
What? This is the Feast of First Fruits?
Yes.
So like, okay, the Old Testament, Yeah, like the Old Testament Israelites, or the cats that don't believe in the New Testament, don't believe in Christ, they actually think they go and do this. So like they go in their backyard. Everybody got a backyard they're going to, but they go in their backyard and they create their own altar to the Most High, right? Which is not biblical. The altar must be built by the priest, and it must be an official altar. Yeah, that's all it is. And so they go and they literally sacrifice these things to the Most High, which they don't understand the Bible. They don't understand how to do it. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, they going back. Now that's the Old Testament cast. The New Testament, I mean, not the New Testament, but the rest of the fake Israelite groups, I'm not quite sure how they celebrate this one. I would assume,
What's crazy is these men have no excuse for this. Not only did they leave the UPK, they came up with their own concepts following the Bible, right? So their heads was in the UPK, leave the UPK, and start sacrificing actual altar.
Yeah.
Sounds like paganism too.
No, it is.
The Swazian, the Vikings did it, all of them.
Right. That's why and that's of course why never in the UPK, like since 1969, this is the podium, but this is not like the altar. Like we don't tell nobody to come up here and sacrifice a goat. You know what I'm saying? Cut a goat's throat open on, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we knew, you know what I'm saying? We understood. The temple was destroyed. We don't have a temple. There is no temple. You know what I'm saying? There is no temple right now. So what do we have to do? We have to be the little sanctuary, like prophesied in the book of Ezekiel. And so that just because we're a little sanctuary doesn't mean that we have an altar here, like this is the temple, like Solomon's temple. You get what I'm saying? When Christ died, he was the lamb. He was the perfect offering. You get what I'm saying? So nobody's going around, not in the UPK. Nobody's sacrificing goats here. But you might see somebody going, wave a sheaf in front of some weird altar they built in their backyard in a fake Israelite group. You might see that. Yeah. It's so sick. Yeah, listen, I'm telling, and that's the crazy thing about it too, is you get what I'm saying? Like, even just with today, what a lot of them don't observe at the same time as us, most likely because they hate us, because if they really love the Lord, this is the time, this is the appointed season for us per the moon cycle. You know what I'm saying? If you go back into the history of the high holy days of the Lord and of just the entire calendar, it was always based on the new moon. You know what I'm saying? Every month was a new moon, right? But a lot of these fake Israelite groups, they're like a week after us, 2 weeks after us, or whatever, because they just don't. They're bastard children. You know what I'm saying?
They're emotional, like little bitches up.
Yeah.
The fact that their leaders celebrating it at the same time the UPK did, because they leave the UPK, they have to now switch the day.
Switch it up.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all personal. It has nothing to do with serving the Most High. It's just at this point, the heads of this, it's personal now.
Yeah.
It's something it runs deep and it's personal.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're celebrating it in a strip club. The same way they did, during the Passover. I wouldn't be too surprised.
That's a booth. That's a tent.
Right.
You can get a booth at the strip club. You ask for a booth. That's that's the same thing.
They gonna carry their own blanket over there.
You said what?
They gonna carry your blanket over there.
Carry a blanket? Yeah, they gonna spend a night in that strip club getting a booth. They pay for that booth, and they got all the they got booths and booties. That's what they got in that strip club. Right. That's everything they want. That's what they want. You get what I'm saying? But now of course, that's them. You know what I'm saying? That's us. We're gonna be in here. You get what I'm saying? It's such a ridiculous thing to see some of these other fake Israelite groups, what they try to do to pass off their own deviancies. You get what I'm saying? Niggas like, okay, on today, right? Today is the Feast of Tabernacles, right? And so they say, okay, we got to go to some lake somewhere and spend 7 days in the wilderness. These niggas just want to kill their family. They just want to go out there and they want to starve their children and starve their women. You get what I'm saying? And go out there and put their women in all types of goddamn danger because they go into a public lake where it's nothing but crackers, white people, the oppressor, whatever I can get away with on YouTube is what I say, right? And they go, but this is what they do sometimes, though, right? So I've seen it, right? I don't want to take too much time on this. These niggas go out there, leave their women in a tent, and get all of the men together and go on a boat and go speedboating together. So they leave their women in the tent where it's not like even if it was in the middle of nowhere, they definitely shouldn't do that either. But it's almost worse because they go to a lake where a bunch of oppressors are, and they leave their women to just be back and do women stuff and pitch tent next to white people. Yeah, they want to be on the boat together. That's what they want. They want to be on the boat together. That's where they get their affection from. So anyway, that's just some things I've seen. But I could talk. That could be the whole class if I wanted it to be. But let's keep going. So like
verse 14, and ye shall eat neither bread nor parched corn nor green ears until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings.
So now, once again, this is the Feast of First Fruits. This is talking about when the children of Israel came into the land of, not into the land of Egypt, when they were exiting out of the land of Egypt, and the Lord was preparing them to enter into the promised land, which is the land of Israel. And the Lord was telling them, when you come into this land, don't eat a goddamn thing until you give me the first fruits of everything. All this is if you want the spirit behind this, which is what the whole law is. The whole law is spiritual. There's a letter to the law, but there's also a spirit behind it, which is what Christ taught us. The spirit behind the law. The Lord just wants you to give him your first and your best. That's what he wants. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that particular high holy day is about. Even when it's in your best interest to just do what you want to do, and eat the first fruits of the land because it's amazing, and you've been in the wilderness for the last however many decades. You know what I'm saying? You want to eat. You're gonna hold fast, and you're gonna give the Most High His due, and then you can eat. You get what I'm saying? That's like the Lord is the husband to Israel, and so don't the man of the house eat first? Ain't that how it's supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? The man of the house eat first. Go give the first fruits of that land to the Most High. And after that, then all of his.
That was an argument online too, right?
Yeah, they
talking about who eats first.
Yeah,
some shit.
There's like four. Okay, so who eats first is it's just two options. Yeah, they say who should eat first, the man or the children. And I'm like, okay, first of all, it's a dumb. I mean, honestly, I don't give a damn. If you want to feed the kid, feed the goddamn kid. Just when I'm hungry, fix my plate. That's it. But these niggas is going crazy online talking about who eats first, the man or the children. And so many people are like, well, the children, they're younger, so they should eat first. Like, listen, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even give a damn. But when it comes to you picking the children, I don't know. That's a little bit different.
Because it's really not about eating.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, right.
It's deeper than that.
Right.
What they're really saying is so much worse. It's way off topic. What they're really saying is so much worse. Who carries that value?
Right, exactly.
Who's more important to the woman, like children or husband?
I saw this goddamn post. Oh my god! I'm not trying to. We got time though. But listen, I saw this post. Oh my god! It's like one of the memes, right? Where so it's a woman, and she can either save her child or she can save her husband from death. Now I understand. I get it. I understand it's a hell of a conflict. A brother in the UPK posted, well, she should save her husband, right? She should save her husband. She basically, like you said, it's not really about who she saves. It's about who has the most value to her. You get what I'm saying? So, but the point is, these bitches is like, oh no, I can live without my man, but I can't live without my child. Like that nigga can give you, you know how many goddamn. Listen, this nigga has thousands of kids that he can give you within his rod. He can give you 1 million more kids, because of course a woman, she gets pregnant every 9 months. But whatever the case is, he can give you 1 million more kids. Like that sentimental thing. That's why women shouldn't make decisions. So like, I'm sorry, it's just I think about those types of things when you brought that up. You sent me off on the whole thing. I'm telling you. Because I got all types of memes that I seen in my head. You was gonna say something, Mark?
Just to build on what you're saying, that the first situation, who eats first, the man or the children? And that question is intended for a stupid man who is okay with his children starving. Because any real man and father is going to tell his woman who's serving him first, even when the whole family's starving, feed my children.
Not necessarily, because I get where you're coming from, right? Because you don't want your children to starve. This is my thing, right?
They're both gonna eat.
Yeah, everybody gonna eat.
It's more so like I don't think people catching and grasping what's going on here.
Yeah, it's not even about the food.
Yeah, that's all it really is. Yeah, because they're both gonna eat. Everyone's gonna eat in the house. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's gonna eat in the house. But it's more.
It's order. Okay, like for instance, right? When you read 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, the 3rd verse, right? 1 Corinthians 11:3 talks about the order, right? You have the Most High, you have Christ, you have the man, then you have the woman, right? And then if you read the book of Titus, the second chapter, I believe, second or third chapter, right? That the children are underneath the woman, meaning the woman teaches the children. So that gives you the whole hierarchy. You have the Most High, Christ, man, woman, child. That gives you everything that you need. So that hierarchy should be upheld throughout everything. So the man, yeah, sure, he should be fed first. Me personally, the way I run my household, feed them little niggas, man. They're good, I'm not tripping on it. You get what I'm saying? That's me. Because I know in every other aspect, my rib's not going to put the children above me. I be like, I be kicking back in the bed, watching TV, whatever, playing the game. Man, let them niggas eat, you know what I'm saying? Give me some food, you know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal. But like you said, it's not about the food. It's not about the food. So that's why, usually my ribs, she'll just come after she makes the plate, make my plate first, give me my plate. You know what I'm saying? Then feed the kids and all of that. Because she understands. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. So, I don't know how the hell we got into that. So lucky. That's on me. I don't know. What brought that up?
So I was just saying,
No, I'm talking about the whole thing in the first place.
Well, there's an aspect of fatherhood. That's all.
Okay, the fatherhood. Yes, the Most High eats first. That's it.
Right.
That's it. Okay, that's it.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it's all stemmed from. I appreciate that. The Most High eats first. That's what the feast of first fruits is about. It's about the Most High.
Example. The Most High eats first. We all gonna eat.
We all gonna eat, but he gonna get his portion first. Yeah, exactly. It's like the Lord is like exactly what you're saying. The Lord is testing you. I mean, are you gonna put yourself first, or are you gonna put the Most High first? Because a lot of these niggas grab the ear of corn and say, "Yeah, I'm scarfing this thing down before." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. So you know how we are as Israel. We just so goddamn rebellious. All right, let's keep getting it in. 15 through what? 21 or 22? What is it? 21? Yeah, I know I failed math about 4 times in my lifetime. So I'm terrible at this. All right, so 15. Verse 15. What's a Partham? Lakam, Mamakartha, Hashabath, Mayawam, Habaya Akam, Af, Aymar, Hathanu Salaki, Hathanu Wap Ha, Shabai, Shabath Wath, Thamayamtha, Thahaya Salaki, Thahaya Yun Ha, verse 16, I, Mamakartha, Hashabath, Hashabya Aitha, Thasaparwa, Kamajim, Yawam, Wahakorab, Thumb, Monica, Kadasha La Yahweh, verse 17, Mama Wash, Salaki, Salaki, Mama Washabta Yakam, Tabaya Nawa, Salaki, Tabaya Wa, Lakam, Thanawapa, Shatayam, Shanya, Aishar Nayam, Salak, that's like a Salath, Tahaya Yana, Kamataza, Apayana, Bakawarium, La Yahweh, verse 18, Wakwa, Salaki, Wahakor Rab, Thumb, Isle, Halakam, Shabaitha, Kabashim, Tamayam Ma, Banya,
Shana, Wapar, Ban, Bakor, Salaki Akkad, Wa'ayalam, Shanyam, Yahayawa, Ilah, La Yahweh, Wamanatham, Wanasakayam, Salaki Wanasakayaham, Asha, Rayak, Nayaka, La Yahweh, verse 19, Wa'aishaya Thumb, Sha'ayar, Salaki, Shayar, Isayam, Akar, Lakata'ath, Washanya, Kabashim, Banya, Shana, Lazabak, Shalamyam, verse 20, Wahanya, Wahanya Pa, Hakahaz, Hakahan, Atham, Isle, Lakam, Habakawarium, Thanawapa, Lapanya, Yahweh, Isle, Shanya, Kabashim, Kodash, Yahayawa, La Yahweh, Lakahan, verse 21, Wakwar Thumb, Ba'itazam, Hayawam, Hazaha, Bakura, Kodash, Yahaya, Lakam, Kal, Mala'akath, Ibadha, La'a, Ta'aishawa, Hakwath, Iwalam, Bakal, Mawashabathukam, the Rathukam.
All right. Verses 15 through 21. Right.
Book
Verse 15.
Okay. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 15. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete.
That's 49 days. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days.
50 days. Go ahead.
And ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord.
Right. So this is all still the same high holy day, right? This is still the Feast of First Fruits. Some people separate them. When I say some people, I'm saying some people outside of the truth, right? Outside of the truth in your Christian churches and stuff like that, sometimes they actually will celebrate this day. They call it Pentecost, right? In the UPK and in the Bible, right? You read here, it's just one high holy day, but it's spread out over a length of time. You get what I'm saying? So the feast of first fruits, right? You have the original offering, which is on the first day, and then on the 50th day, you come back for the next offering, right? But it's still one high holy event, one high holy day, right? Keep going.
Verse 17. Ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2 tenth deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord, with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. Mm-hmm. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Lord, with the 2 lambs. They shall be holy to the Lord for the priest.
For who?
The priest.
Remember, the priests at this time, this was the Levitical priesthood. There were the only priests that there were the Levites, right? The sons of Aaron specifically. Okay, they had no inheritance with anybody. Even in the land, they didn't have any inheritance at all. You know what I'm saying? When they went into the land, they dwelt amongst the Judites, amongst the Benjamites, amongst the Ephraimites, amongst the Simeonites, they dwelt amongst literally everybody because they didn't have their own inheritance, right? Because of their job, right? Keep going.
Verse 20.
So that's why this specific one, this was holy to the Lord for the priests, right? So these wave offerings, those two lambs, those were specific for the Lord and for the priests, right? Go ahead. Because just it's like I keep telling you to go ahead, but when we had burnt offerings, right, just to make it clear, it wasn't just to burn up a piece of meat to smithereens. You get what I'm saying? For it to just burn up and nobody gets to eat it. It was most of the time, like 99% of the time, it would be cooking. You get what I'm saying? You would cook, everybody would eat. The reason it was a sweet savor to the Lord is because you got to savor it. You get what I'm saying? But it was still an offering because most of the time you would rather, sell that thing and make some money off of it than to, put it all in your stomach and share it with every goddamn body. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. But go ahead.
Verse 21. And ye shall proclaim on the selfsame day that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Mm-hmm. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
In all your dwellings throughout all your generations. Listen, these are all high holy days that are to be kept forever. It doesn't matter, if it's 20 generations, 1,000 generations. These things are always going to go on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is going to have to keep these high holy days. So now, once again, I say this all the time. There's so many people outside of the school that don't keep these days. The same people, they get high, they do whatever the hell they want to do. Everybody, including me, if I wanted to, I could do whatever I want. Anybody can do whatever they want. But we should all just realize and understand that the Lord is going to make you do what he wants at some point. I'm saying when he sends Christ back here to rain hell on his place, he's going to make you do what he wants. So it'd be best for you to get the practice in right now. You know what I'm saying? But so let's get back into it. Verses 22 through 29. 28. This guy right here, man. He must have aced math. He knows his sevens. He knows his multiples of 7. All right, so 22 through 28. Let me see. Let me find 22. All right, verse 22. Salaki. Wabakwatazar come af Kwatazayar Aratazakam La'a Thakala Pa'ath Shadak or Salaki Shadka Bakwatazarka Walakwat Kwatazayarka La'a Thalakwat La'anya Walagar Ta'izab Atham Anya Yahweh Alahayakam verse 23 Waya Debar Yahweh al Mashah La Amar verse 24 Debar al Banya Yashar Allah La Amar Bakarash Hashabya I Barakar Lakarash Yahaya Lakam Shabbath 1 Zakar 1 Tharawai Makorah Kodash verse 25 Call Mala'akta Ibadha La'a Ta'aishawa Wahakorab Thumb Asha La Yahweh verse 26 Wayadabar Yahweh al Mashah La Amar verse 27 Akah Ba'aisha War Lakadash Hashabya Aya Hazaha Yawam Hakaparium Hawa'a Makorah Kodash Yahya Lakam Wa'anyatham Ath Napash Napash Tayakam Wahakurabtham Asha La Yahweh verse 28 Wakal Malakah
La'a, Ta'aishawa, Ba'aitazam, Hayawam, Azaha, Kaya, Yawam, Kaparium, Hawa'a, Lakapar, so I get Lakapar, Al Yakam, Lapanya, Yahweh, Allahayakam.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 22. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest. Neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor.
Unto who?
The poor.
Listen, this is a brotherhood scripture. I mean, it's part of the high holy days, right? But this is a brotherhood scripture, right? Because this is talking about when we come into the land, right? Remember, we had been dwelling in the wilderness for 40 years, for decades, after we came out of the land of our captivity in Egypt. And so we lived poor. You get what I'm saying? We lived poor. The Lord, of course, the Lord provided for us, right? We had food, this, that, and the third. But we lived in goddamn tents, which is what today is about. I'm saying having to live in tents, right? And when we come into the land, the first thing that we're going to want to do is be greedy and selfish. And so we just going to want to, when we get our plot of land, when the Lord decides, okay, you get this plot of land. Imagine after, coming out of this captivity, because this is something that you can relate to being in America, coming out of this captivity, and the Lord himself is telling you, okay, you get that, you see that 4-acre plot right there, that's yours. And you get to have that 4-acre plot, right? And there's already vegetation there. There's already crops there because this land used to belong to somebody else, namely a bunch of Africans that we took this stuff from. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ for that. We stole this goddamn land from them Africans through the duty of the Most High, right? But point being is it was already land there and plenty of crops and everything that you needed, right? The Lord is telling you when you come into this land, don't be greedy. Leave the outer edges, right, of your plot. Leave it to the poor, to the needy, to them that need food. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna all that's gonna be yours. You're gonna use it for trade and this, that, and the third. You're gonna feed your family with it. Everything on the outside, though, just leave it for the poor when they pass by, because they ain't got no goddamn food. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a greedy bastard. That's all this is talking about. That's why I say it's a brotherhood scripture. You know what I'm saying? Because the scriptures also say, neglect not to give to your brother. I'm paraphrasing like hell, but neglect not to give to your brother when it's in your own power to do so. If you have it, just give it. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple, right? The brother asked me for gas. If I got it, I'm gonna throw the brother some gas money, just like any of us would. If a brother needs help with some groceries, or if a brother needs help with whatever, if I got it, I'm gonna help him out with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit of the Most High, right? And that's why he made this a law, right? A commandment. Keep going.
And to the stranger, I am the Lord your God.
And so, just so everybody understands this, I know the word stranger kind of throws people off. The land of Israel is huge, okay? And so, when you go into the land of Israel, each one of the 12 tribes, or each one of the 11 tribes, with Levi being scattered among them all, had their own, city, right? So, if somebody from the northern kingdom comes down to the southern kingdom, you don't, tell that nigga, nah, man, you got to go back up to them. You know what I'm saying? And get you hungry? Go back up to them and get some food from them. You know what I'm saying? No, he's a stranger in your land. You let this brother hungry, man. Brother eat. It's that simple, man. Don't be so goddamn greedy. That's the point. Keep going.
Verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets.
Right, we just did that. What? It was this month we did it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we just did that. You know what I'm saying? That was a holy convocation that we had, another feast day we got together, and we had a holy convocation. Right. You know what I'm saying? We observed the Most High's high holy day. And that was actually that was right when everybody was observing Memorial Day or Labor Day or whatever the hell the case was. That was the white man's holiday was like the same day. You get what I'm saying? But when everybody else was out there having barbecues for the white man's holiday and remembering 9/11 and remembering all of the fallen, white soldiers and this, that, and the third, we in here remembering the law, statutes, and commandments and remembering the feast days of the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? So that was that day. We did that at the beginning of this month, right? Keep going. 25.
and holy convocation, verse 25. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Also on the 10th day of this 7th month there shall be a day of atonement.
That's the Day of Atonement that we all just went through last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, we went through a Day of Atonement, right? A day of, of suffering for what we've done to the Most High. Keep going.
It shall be an holy convocation unto you.
And we all came together, and we had a holy convocation. We got together in this building, and we got together. We didn't eat. We did not eat. You know what I'm saying because that's what we'll read, right? That this day is not about eating. The Day of Atonement is not about eating. It's about suffering for the Lord, right? For all the suffering you made him go through for you.
Right.
Keep going.
And ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Right. So now on that day you afflict your soul. You know what I'm saying? You afflict your soul, and you don't eat. That's the point. That's how you afflict your soul on the Day of Atonement. For a 24-hour period, you fast for the Most High. You suffer for the Most High. Right. That offering made by fire, most of the time when you go in here, like I said, 99% of the time on these feast days, you eat. On this day, you don't. So that offering made by fire normally would be like the incense that you burn, right? That incense that you burn is a sweet savor to the Most High God. That's how you also can offer a fire unto the Most High, right? An offering made by fire, right? Keep going.
Verse 28. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement.
So listen, that's why you don't work on the Day of Atonement. Of course, we in the land of our captivity. Some of us, just you can't escape your slavery. You know what I'm saying? You tell them, no, I'm taking the day off no matter what. They can say, okay, well, you take the rest of the goddamn lifetime off because I'm just going to fire you and you're going to live on the street. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to tell you in the UPK, we're not idiots. Okay, well, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. This is practicality that we're dealing with here. We're not going to tell you, hey, man, well, listen, you're just going to have to suffer it then. You got to live on the street. Nah, nigga, go to work if you have to go to work. But just remember, if you are an able-bodied man or an able-bodied woman, you got to fast also. You know what I'm saying? So just you got to kind of count your, don't pass out and die, but do what you got to do, man. That's what this thing. That's what this thing is about. Making sacrifices. What are you willing to sacrifice for the Lord? Sacrifice all this goddamn time working on you, building you up to be something. You know what I'm saying? When you did not deserve to be. Dealing with you when you was getting high and having sex with all of these whores. Right? All right, so now was that it on it?
Sir.
Keep going.
To make an atonement for you before the Lord your God.
All right, so that was it. All right, so now, of course, to make an atonement, that's what that Day of Atonement is about. It's not just about suffering, but it's about you paying the price for the things that you've done against the Lord. Right. And especially when you go back into, of course, this is so spiritual because you go back, this was when the children of Israel were coming into the land of Israel. I'm saying leaving the land of their captivity. And within that whole time span, we've sinned against the Lord so many times. Not one was guiltless. You know what I'm saying? So we all had to pay for it. And then you look at it today, and it's the same thing. All of us are guilty. You know what I'm saying? All of us are guilty of sinning against the Most High. So can't nobody tell me, cannot nobody tell me that, I ain't got to keep the Day of Atonement because I ain't never really done anything against the Most High. It's a goddamn lie. And the Lord will put you to death for that thing too. You think that, 24 hours without food and water is something. Yeah. Imagine a knife to your goddamn throat by the hand of Yahushua and his angels. That would be a worse thing. I would take the 24-hour suffering. I would take that one. All right, so now we'll read 29 through, let me see. All right, through 35. I tried to get it before you. Nigga up here gonna have me looking stupid. Nigga can't count by sevens and all that. All right, so listen, now we're gonna read verses 29 through 35, right? I lost it that quick. Goddamn. All right, 29. All right, verse 29. Kaya, Kal, Hanapash, Ashar, La'ah, Ta'ayna, Ba'itazam, Hayawam, Hazaha, Wanakarath, Ha, Ma'imya, it's like in Ma'imya, verse 30. Wabal, Hanapash, Ashar, Ta'aisha, Kal, Mala'aka, Ba'itazam, Hayawam, Hazaha,
Waha Abathum. It's like it. Waha Abati. Waha Abataya. Ath. Hanapash. Hahawa. Makurab. Ima. Verse 31. Call. Mala'aka. La'a. The Aishawa. Kakwath. Awalam. La Slaki. Ladorathium. Slaki. Ladorathium. Bakal. Mashabathium. Verse 32. Shabbath. Shabbath 1. Hawa'ah. Lakam. Wa'anya thumb. Ath. Napash Thayakam. Slaki. Napashath Yukam. Slaki. Khan, that's right. Napashath Yukam. But Bathashai Ha. It's like a Bath Shai Ha. Like a Dash Ba'irab. Ma'irab. Irab. Tashabathwa. Shabbath Kam 33. Wad Debar Yahweh Al Mashah Lamar, verse 34. Debar Al Banya Yasha Allah Lamar. Lakamash Slagi. Lakamasha Ashar Yawam Lakadash Hashab Ya'aya Hazaha Chaga Hasakawath Shabaitha Yamayam La Yahweh. Oh, okay, Slagi. 35, right? Bayawam Harashwan Makora Kodash Kal Mala'akta Ibadha La'a Ta'aishawa.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people.
That's why the Day of Atonement is so important, man. Like, you might think it's just, something you can skip over, just like every other law that you don't keep. Well, listen, the scriptures say, and the Most High said directly out of his own mouth, that if you do not keep the Day of Atonement, if you do not afflict yourself on the Day of Atonement, you'll be cut off from Israel. That's a dangerous thing. It means you don't get an inheritance in the kingdom of heaven. So I will make sure that I keep all of these high holy days, right? That 24 hours ain't nothing, man. You be all right. You stuff your goddamn face with food, 364 days out of the year. You got high blood pressure because of it. You get what I'm saying? You live a terrible lifestyle. Just give yourself 24 hours to cleanse yourself, man. You be all right. Keep going.
Verse 30. And whatsoever soul it be that doth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people.
Destroy you off of your people. If you can get the day off of work, you must get the day off of work. Have to. You know what I'm saying? Once again, the Lord is a merciful God. So of course, he knows we're in the land of our captivity. He's not going to throw you off because you had the slave because the white man's the devil, right? But if he knows, and you know in your own mind that you could have got the day off and you didn't get the day off, it's a bad thing. I would make sure I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But keep going.
Verse 31. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations and all your dwellings.
All your dwellings. It doesn't matter if you're in America, if you was in the land of Israel. It doesn't matter if you're in the land of, Brazil, wherever the hell it is. Some fake Israelites tell you that you should not be keeping these high holy days in the land of your captivity. That's what they tell you. They say y'all celebrating the Passover in America. That's what they tell you, because they think that you cannot keep the law outside of the land of Israel, which is ridiculous. It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
We're a law unto ourselves.
Damn right. That's a perfect precept. You get what I'm saying? Not to mention the scripture also say that there would be a little sanctuary wherever you go.
meaning it does not just in the land of Israel. The book of Ezekiel say wherever you go in the land of your captivity.
Right.
So, if it's a little sanctuary there, what do? Eat pork there in the little sanctuary, or do we keep the law in the little sanctuary? You get what I'm saying? That's what the UPK is. And so that's why we keep the Passover in Houston last year. And we're going to keep it again this year. And we're going to keep it forever until Christ comes back. You get what I'm saying? Doesn't matter where we are. That's the point. Right? Let's keep getting it. Go ahead.
Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
I just want everybody also to really understand this too. There are certain people also that's out there that call themselves Israelites, right? I call them fake Israelites, right? We call them fake Israelites, right? That say that a day is not even to even, meaning, because we say, of course, when the nighttime hit, when the sun goes down, that's the beginning of a day, right? Up until the next day when the sun goes down, that's the end of that day. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the beginning of a new day. There are so many fake Israelites out there that say that that's not true. They say a day is a space of 12 hours. 12 hours.
What?
Because they're so white. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might be niggas, by bloodline, but spiritually and mentally they white. Because they're so damn literal. Because a day to them is literally a day. What you think daytime, it's daytime, light out. So they say sun up to sundown. Basically a 12-hour space. So many of them cats believe that. This is a perfect cut to that. And of course, Genesis, the 1st chapter, 2nd chapter, 3rd chapter shows you that a day is even to even. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, so many kids. You'll run into them. We'll all do it. I'm saying we'll all run into some idiot who thinks that he got the Bible figured out with a blunt in his hand. You get what I'm saying? He got the Bible figured out with a blunt. You open up his Bible and it's it's stained. I mean, it's burn holes all in it and everything. Crumbs from his weed, ashes all in that thing. He got to wipe the thing off to read it. Yeah, because he think he know every goddamn thing, just like every other pothead does. Every other dope addict thinks they got the Bible figured out. They got God figured out. Right. Nigga, you a dope head. Most High gave you over to a reprobate mind. You think you got the Most High figured out, yeah?
Right. You believe in conspiracy theories.
God damn, you so many conspiracy. We know it. Go ahead.
And afraid of the Illuminati.
Afraid of the Illuminati. Oh, the Rothschilds is out to get niggas. Man. Rothschilds they're gonna make a one world currency, and everybody's gonna be slaves to white people. They're dumb as hell because the Most High said that everybody's gonna be slaves to black people. He said the opposite. But we're gonna be slaves to white people in Walmart and FEMA. That's what they say. They say we're gonna be slaves to them. Listen, man, the Lord said the opposite. Walmart and FEMA and all of these goddamn white people that think they rule the world right now are going to be subjective, and they're going to be in servitude to black people. So it's totally the opposite. Conspiracy theories are retarded, idiotic thinking. It's somebody who smoked too many blunts that day, and he got carried away with his ideas. That's all. Right. That's all it is. Where we at?
33 out of 1.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 33. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, The 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles.
That's today. Today is the Feast of Tabernacles. This same month, right? We just did the feast, or not the feast, the Day of Atonement last Wednesday. Now here we go on Monday night, right? Keeping the Feast of Tabernacles. Okay, keep going.
For 7 days unto the Lord. Verse 35. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
No servile work. That's why brothers is in here right now. We're serving the Lord. We're not doing servile work for the white man. We're not doing servile work for each other. You know what I'm saying? We're in here tonight having a holy convocation, a separate gathering. That's what that means. That's what we're doing today. Right? That's why we're here together. Keep going. No, that was 35?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no sweat. We'll keep it going. I'm just gonna read how many verses is it?
29, 34. That's 5 verses.
It's like
It's 5 verses.
No, you said 29 and 30. No, we read 35. So look, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7,
6, 7. Let me see. 1 second. Is that right? I don't know. I'm telling y'all. Listen. I cannot count by sevens. 1, 2, 3,
7, 14, 6, 7.
Nah, it's because you count the extra one. Yeah, it's if you just it's each verse is. I understand. I get it, but no, that was 7. That was 7.
35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, no, it's just
that's 7. So yeah.
math is
29 and 7 is 36.
no, but you got to include 29 though.
Okay,
Yeah, you got to include 29 because 29 plus it's, yeah. No, the white man is the devil, man. That mathematics garbage, man. Listen,
right.
you know, if you think about it, back then it wasn't no verses; it was just scripts. You know, you just read it. You read the thing. You know, so anyway, so like it. All right. So we had 36. I'm gonna just read all the way through. Let me see. I'm gonna read through to the end because I have 2 verses left over. So I'll just read through to the end in Hebrew. So let me see. 36. All right, at 36. Shabbaitha, Yamayam, Aquaria Buck, Aquaria Wa, Asha, La Yahweh, Ba Yawam, Hashama Yanya, Hakora, Kodash, Yahaya, Lakam, Wakwar Wahakorab, Thumb, Asha, La Yahweh, Atazarath, Hawa'ah, Kal, Malakath, Salakia Malakath, Salakia Malaaktha, Salakia, y'all. Ibadha, La'ah, Ta'aishawa, verse 37, Aha, Mawa'idya, Yahweh, Ashar, Aquarawa, Atham, Makwaraya, Kodash, Lahakwar Yabah, Lakwar Yab, Asha, La Yahweh, Allah, Wamanaka, Zabak, Wanasakyum, Dabar, Yawam, Bayawamwa, verse 38. It's what?
No, yeah.
All right. So verse 38. Malabad, Shabbatha, Yahweh, wa Malabad, Mathanawa, Mathanawath, Yakam, wa Malabad, Ka, Nadar Yakam, wa Malabad, Ka, Nadab, Salakia, Nadab Wath Yakam, Ashar, Tathanawa, La Yahweh, verse 39, Akah, Bakamasha, Ashar, Yawam, Lakadash, Hashab Ya'aya, Ba'asapakam, Salakia, Ath, Thabawa'ath, Ha'arataza, Thak, Salakia, Thakagawa, Ath, Kaga, Yahweh, Shabbaitha, Yamayam, Bayawam, Harash 1, Shabbath 1, Wabayawam, Salaki, Wabayawam, Hashamayam, Salaki, Hashamyan Ya, Shabbath 1, verse 40, Walakwak Thumb, Lakam, Bayawam, Harash 1, Panya, Salaki Parya, Aitaza, Hadar, Kapath, Thamarium, Wa'ainat, Aitaza, Ibath, Rabia, Nakal, Washamaktham, Lapanya, Yahweh, Alahayakam, Shabaitha, Yamayam, verse 41, Wakagatham, Athwa, Kaga, La Yahweh, Shabaitha, Yamayam, Bashana, Kakwath, Awalam, La Derathukam, Bakadash, Hashab Ya'aya, the Kagawa, Athwa, verse 42, Basakath, Tashabwa, Shabaitha, Yamayam, Kal, Ha'azarath, Bayasha'ala, Yashabwa, Basakath, verse 43, Lama Ain, Yadaiwa, Dorathika, Kaya, Basakarath, Hawashabtaya, Ath, Banya, Yasha'ala, Salaki, Baharataza, Bahawarataza, Ya'aya, Aratham, Ma'arataza, Slaka Matazarium, Anya, Yahweh, Alahayakam, verse 44, Waya the Bar Mashah, Ath Ma'idya, Yahweh, Al Banya, Yasha'ala. All right. End of chapter 23. Go ahead and get that.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 35.
36.
36. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
So that's the day. That's what we're doing right now, right? We're having a holy convocation together on the first day, and then on the 8th day, which is next Tuesday, we'll also have another holy convocation. Tuesday's class will be a Sabbath service, a high holy day service, or a high Sabbath, whatever you want to call it, right? These are all 7 days that you find in the Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. They're Sabbaths, right? They're days of rest. You don't work on these days. You know what I'm saying? So next Tuesday will be the same thing that we're doing today. Literally, it'll be a carbon copy, right? Keep going.
Verse 37. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day. Beside the Sabbaths of the Lord, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which ye shall give unto the Lord. Also, in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land.
So now, sometimes people get this confused, right? Because it says also, right? That's just an English translation. This is still talking about the Feast of Tabernacles, right? Keep going.
Ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath.
Repetition. The same thing that we just read, we're reading it again, right? Keep going.
Verse 40. And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days.
So now fake Israelites stop right there and say, yeah, you got to go outside and dwell in a tent. You got to pitch a tent up and, take your family outside of the nice, cool, air-conditioned home and go sleep next to a goddamn swamp somewhere. And then leave them in the goddamn tent and go go speedboating with your buddies. that's like that. It don't really get much gayer than that. You know what I'm saying? You take your children and your wife out to danger, and then you leave them to go be with your shirtless buddies. I mean, that's just, you know, I think it's gay. I think it's gay. But I'm just saying, I mean, it's you know. And then some of these cats, you know, some of these other, you know, fake Israelite, all of them really, but some of these other fake Israelite groups, they say, if you don't go and take your family and put them in a tent for 7 days, then you're not keeping the Feast of Tabernacles. So, you know, they talking about us, you know, because we're the only ones that got logical sense. You know, that's why we call it the the school of universal practical knowledge. It's practical. It makes perfect sense because they stop right there and say, you know, you got to dwell in booths for 7 days. You know, did you want to say something?
No, I'm talking about that.
Oh, okay. So, okay, but they, you know, that's what they say, right? They stop right there. They stop it. Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, stops in the beginning of the 42nd verse for them. But we are going to be practical and we're going to keep reading, right? So read it from the top again, 42.
Yes, sir. Verse 42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. That your generations your generations.
What's a man's generations? What he generates out of his rod, what he generates out of with his seed, right? So the people that come after this, right? The generations, go ahead.
May know that I made the children of Israel.
Made like make, like now, or like made like past tense?
Made.
Spell it.
M-A-D-E.
It's like kindergarten. We gotta teach these niggas again, man. You know, these badass kids. We gotta teach them again, right? That the Lord made who? Go ahead.
The children of Israel to dwell in booths.
Yeah, he made them dwell in booths. He did. In the past, he absolutely made them dwell in booths. Keep going.
To dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt.
When
I brought them out of the land of Egypt.
That's when these brothers and sisters was dwelling in booths. And why were they dwelling in booths? Was it when they had when it said, okay, we just read about when you come into your land, you're gonna have a beautiful house, you're gonna have a beautiful field of crops and all of this beautiful vegetation that you get to have. Was it then that they had to dwell in booths? Or was it in the wilderness? They had to dwell in booths in the wilderness. Why? Because they goddamn had to. They didn't have a goddamn house. They go into war every 2 goddamn seconds. You get what I'm saying? They're in the wilderness. They don't have a home. That's why they had to pitch tents. Why do you think they had to pitch tents? No nigga want to live in a goddamn tent. Niggas was living in tents because that was the only place we could live because we on the move. We homeless. We not homeless no more. Nigga, I'm sorry, y'all. Brother, go home and be with your family. Turn the AC down. Now, Officer Apayak, like what you like yours is like what 85, 89? Like your thing like set it like what 90 degrees? It's Benjamin, brother. Listen, but I'm just gonna say, you know, wise counsel on my end. Set your thermostat to like 72, 73, and just cuddle up with your woman, man. You know what I'm saying? Just cuddle up with your woman, let the kids go to sleep with their covers, and everybody gonna be happy. They're gonna come home from the Sabbath service, this high holy day service that we having, take home some leftovers, they're gonna eat, and they're gonna go to bed. Mm-hmm. Y'all niggas want to kill your family. Like that's so crazy to me. Y'all want to kill your family going out and sleeping in the goddamn wilderness with snakes and rats and ants and all types of terrible things. Listen, man, y'all go ahead and keep doing that. That's natural selection.
Right.
So that's slacking. Go ahead.
It's like while everybody's, slacking, I'm going to say, while every other Israelite is trying to, hurt their family, we're over here trying to give you life, man.
Damn right.
Give you this good medicine, give you this good advice, give you this, this one body, being under the umbrella of the ISUPK gives you that protection and gives you that wise counseling.
Yeah.
Gives you that wisdom, and that, you won't go wrong when you serving the Most High. You'll serve the Most High the right way. Other than, like you said, going next to a swamp or going, getting all the mosquito bites and whatnot. And man, I don't know.
They extended that Day of Atonement. They just want to suffer forever. Right. But they really only want their women to suffer because then they get on a speedboat with their buddies and take their shirts off and go on a speedboat. I just can't even. I don't know, man. Listen, I can't fathom being an idiot like that. That's a different type of idiot. You calling yourself to be a child of the Most High and loving God and being an Israelite, this, that, and the third. And you're gonna take your shirt off and go on a speedboat, a wet speedboat with your friend, and leave that woman and them children behind to fend for themselves against all of the wiles of wilderness. It could happen out there, but anyway, that's the point. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, and really like you just said, is you made an excellent point. You know what I'm saying? We know how to break down the Bible. Because like I said, they stop right there. They stop where it says, you shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that the Israelites born. They just stop right there. They leave it right there. So, okay, we'll shoot. We got to go, set up tents for 7 days. Don't be an idiot, man. You should always listen to the UPK before you listen to anybody else. But let's keep going, right?
Okay. I am the Lord your God.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 44. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feasts of the Lord.
And those are the feasts of the Lord, man. And so, of course, so now, what's a beautiful thing? I'm sorry, it's a beautiful thing, right? Like the way that these feast days are set up, man, is the Lord is giving you one high holy day throughout every single week, which is the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Every Sabbath, every 7 days, you have a high holy day then. You know what I'm saying? You rest from your labor. So the white man will have you work, 365 days out of the year, 24 hours in a day if he could. If you could put a chip in you. See, y'all niggas think that the mark of the beast is the chip. Nigga, if the white man could make a chip and put it inside you to make you work for 24 hours a day, he would, right? Ask these brothers, they know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? These brothers know what it's like to work forever and never get to go to sleep. You just gotta, you wake up and you on the job already. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how they work us. You know what I'm saying? In the Most High's, in the way that the Most High works is, even though we must earn our bread by the sweat of our brow, we must work to gain any sort of money or food or whatever the case is. He still is a righteous power. You know what I'm saying? He wants us to have a day off. Not only that, instead of you having to serve, white Jesus and serving Christmas and serve the white man, Christopher Columbus and all of them and serving Thanksgiving and all of those things, you don't have to have those days set apart for you to come together with your people. Like everybody waits for Thanksgiving to come together with their family. Everybody waits for Christmas to come together with their family. Why does everybody fly in? Why is the flight schedule busiest around December 25th? Because everybody waits for that one time a year to come from across the country to be with their people because the white man told them they could. White man told you, yeah, this is the day, you can go now, I guess. Now y'all can get together. And of course, because of the oppression that we go through, we fly thousands of miles to come together for some Christmas party where we're going to cuss each other out by the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ever seen Soul Food? Oh, my God. You seen Soul Food and they Sunday dinners, and that's the white man's doing. The white man came up with Sunday worship. You get what I'm saying? The white man came up with all of them holidays, the Christmas on that movie. That was just, the Christmas party was so terrible. Adultery. These brothers sleeping with other men's wives. I mean, that's just white culture, man. So they pushing that up on you. This is black culture. You get what I'm saying? I know everybody waiting on their food, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna close it out because that's part of this too. Not only do we come together and read these scriptures like we read all throughout the Bible, that brothers open up the book of the law on these feast days and read the Bible and read the law and read the feast days. Not only that, we also get to eat. That's another beautiful thing about the feast days. You get what I'm saying? Just remember, everybody, next Tuesday we'll be having the same thing. Let's, you know what I'm saying? If any brother or sister wants to come to class, if you are Black, Hispanic, or Native American, next Tuesday at 7 p.m. we'll be having the same closing to this high holy day. You want to bring some food, lawful food, cooked at home, not store-bought food. You know what I'm saying? You're more than welcome to. You know what I'm saying? But with that, anybody got anything to say? Y'all good? Y'all like, shut the hell up. Let's get to eating, huh? All right, y'all. Just met up here at Majum. Mr. Stan. All right, we're going to go ahead and close out the opening to this high holy day.
to Israel. Sorry. All right. Everybody else, I'm Majin. Wapanya, we're done, which means to turn and face the east, which is that way. All right, we're gonna get into these prayers. Close out this opening to the High Holy Day. Beginning with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawu, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathanaw, Lakam, Call Yawam, Wasalakanaw, Kawawathnaw, Kasalaknaw, Kawawathinaw, Wala'ah, Tabayanaw, Banasai 1, Abal, Hawashai now, Mayan, Raikaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wathaparath, I will love you, Aman. In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, that will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. The power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Baba Kusha, Nathanaw, Hakat, Larapa'ah, Call Maka'ala, Wakal Madawa, Hakat Latahar, Hamat Azariah, Hakat, Lakwayam, Hamathium, Hakat, Al-Rakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagarshan, Bashem Yahushai, the Wadaman, the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharya, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Izarya, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'aratazah, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Ragalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Slaki Shawamar, Yasha'al, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayalat, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Wakalrai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'athka, Wabak, Waka, Ma'aitha, Wa'aid, Awalam. In the English, Psalms 121st chapter. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasharallah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore. Psalms the 83rd chapter in the Hebrew. Allahayim, Adama Yalaka, Al Thakarash, Wa Al Thashakwat, Al Kayahana, Awa Yabyaka, Yahamaya 1, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, Ya'arayamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Ya'itazawa, Al Tazapa 1 Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Magalia, Wala Aya Zakar,
Wala Aya Zakar.
Wala Aya Zakar.
Sham Yasha Allah.
Sham Yasha Allah.
I would da.
I would da.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa Aitazawa.
Nawa Aitazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Baryat.
Baryat.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Ahoya.
Ahalya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashamai Aliyam.
Wayashama Aliyah.
Mawa Abba.
Mawa Abba.
Wahagarya.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa I'm a one.
Wa'im a one.
Wa I'm a lot.
Wa'im a lot.
Palashah.
Palashah.
I'm Yeshabya.
I'm Yeshabya.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Kamashawar.
Gamashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Ayawa.
Zarawai.
Zarawai.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Ashalaham.
Ashalaham.
Kamadyan.
Kamadyan.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah.
Kayabya.
Kayabya.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Kwayashwan.
Kwayashwan.
Nashamagwa.
Nashamagwa.
Ba'ayan.
Bayan.
Da'ara.
Dara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shayathamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Nada.
Nada.
Yabmawa.
Yabmawa.
Ka'irab.
Kairab.
Wakaza Abba.
Wakaza Abba.
Wakaza Ba.
Wakaza Ba.
Wakatazal.
Wakatazal.
Mana'ai.
Mana'ai.
Call.
Call.
Nasaya.
Nasaya.
Kamwa.
Kamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Layarashah.
Layarashah.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Ath.
Ath.
Na'awat.
Na'awat.
Allahayim.
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 Shayathamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Kagogala.
Kagogala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya Rakah.
Lapanya Rakah.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Taba'ira.
Tabaira.
Ya'ira.
Ya'ira.
Wakala Habab.
Wakala Habab.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Harayam.
Harayam.
Khan.
Khan.
Tharadapma.
Tharadapma.
Masa Irika.
Masa Irika.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapathka.
Wapathka.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Banyaham.
Kwalawan.
Kwalawan.
Waya.
Waya.
Bakwashwa.
Wakwashwa.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Bahawa.
Bahawa.
Ayai.
Ayai.
Waya.
Waya.
Kaparwa.
Kaparwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Abadwa.
Abadwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Da'aiwa.
Da'aiwa.
Kayatha.
Kayatha.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Labadka.
Labadka.
Al Yawan.
All you want.
I'll call.
I'll call.
I'll
Al-Ratazal.
Psalms the 83rd chapter in English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the
And
head.
they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Yasharallah
That the name of Yasser
may be no more remembered.
may be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
and the
and
Ishmaelites,
the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the
and the
Hagarenes,
Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the
the
Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Assur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of
They
Lot.
have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of
The
Kasan.
brook of Kisan.
Which perished that endured.
Which perished that endured.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make their nobles like a red.
And like Zael.
And like Zed.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes as Abab.
All their princes as above.
And as Zalmunna.
And as Zalmunna.
Who said,
Who said,
let us take to
let
ourselves
us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
the houses of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh.
make them like a wheel,
Make them like a wheel.
as the stubble before the wind,
As the stumble before the wind.
as the fire burneth the wood,
As the fire burneth the wood.
and as the flame setteth the mountains on
And
fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempests,
So persecute them with thy tempest.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame.
that they may seek thy name.
That they may see thy name.
O
O
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Then men may know that thou,
And men may know that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high of all the earth.
art the most high of all the earth.
The blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shai?
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Why Mayaka Allah?
Wa Allahayim.
Wa Allahayim.
Wa Tazab Ya'ab.
Tazab Ya'ab.
Allah Wap Yahana.
Allah Wap Yahana.
Ha Allah Wapyam.
Ha Allah Wapyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Ha Kayayayam.
Ha Kayayoyam.
Wa Ha Akwathi.
Wa Ha Akwathim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba Shem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Tawaraman.
Tawaraman.
In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohana.
Commanding General Yohana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
All right. Men of Israel, we're going to give each other A courtesy salute to salute out the opening of this high holy day. Minavizra Majum Shabbat. Amajum Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham. Yajum Matzah. Dismissed.